We have yet another crafted weapon review to get through today, peeps. We have only got one more to go after this, and that's the seasonal set complete. But first, we will be breaking down the seasonal fusion rifle, the EREMITE'S. This weapon has a few roles that may interest you for both PVE and PVP, and we'll be reviewing those in this video. Before we kick off proceedings, please slap that like button if you find this video informative. It helps with the algorithm. Let's begin. So, the EREMITE'S is a high-impact frame fusion rifle which fires 5 bolts of the solar element, craftable as part of the Season 22 set of weapons. High-impact frames used to be quite strong in PvP and okay in PvE. Now they're a little bit lackluster and require very strong perks to really do anything in either game mode. In PvE, the weapon has poor ammo reserves, having only 13 total rounds to play with, making it easy to run out of ammo if trying to use the weapon for ad clearing. Although the weapon can roll the popular Envious Assassin and Reservoir Burst combination, I would advise against it due to the ammo reserve issue. Other frames, such as precision or rapid hits, can do the job more effectively due to higher ammo reserves. At one point, the weapon's reserves will run out, making the gun useless afterwards. That rules out ad clearing at least, as it's not worth it. Instead, the weapon has two other functionalities. One turns it into a utility weapon for DPS and DPS only, whilst the other allows strong synergy with solar builds, although suffers from the same issue as the ad clearing role. Starting with the former, the weapon has a fantastic DPS role, being Envious Assassin paired with Controlled Burst. Envious Assassin, on kills with other weapons, loads all the reserves of this weapon into the magazine, 13 rounds in total, and then Controlled Burst, upon landing all 5 bolts on a target, grants 20% damage to follow-up shots for 2 seconds, whilst also slightly decreasing the charge time of the weapon. It's by far the best use case for this fusion rifle. If you do not have a god roll Cartesian coordinate or Techian force, this weapon is a solid option. On the subject of DPS, I saw a lot of comments from people around the internet stating that the EREMITE was the best DPS fusion in the game at present, which sounded quite wrong. And when I tested the numbers, I was proven right. Cartesian Coordinate's God Roll, which includes Vorpal Weapon, outdamages the EREMITE by a good 150k points during a DPS phase on the Graph's Dungeon Ogre. Unless I'm doing something really wrong, the numbers talk for themselves, as you can see on screen. It's also a lot less forgiving than Cartesian due to the burst needing to land all 5 hits. Whilst it sounds easy, if trying to DPS a moving target, it can easily miss a bolt. It's best used on stun champions, stationary bosses, or CQC ones that don't move too much. The final role that may pique your interest is the Solar Synergy build that goes well with Restoration and strong ability builds. Heal Clip, which grants a cure when reloading after getting a kill with the fusion, paired with Elemental Capacitor on Solar subclasses, which massively decreases reload speed down to just over 1.5 seconds, gives you a fun build when paired with Ember of Benevolence fragments, allowing you to regenerate ability energy faster when curing. Although suffers from the same fate as the ad clear role, the ammo reserves are just too poor. You could take advantage of elemental munitions to rectify the ammo issue. Getting solar kills in the current season can spawn solar orbs if the artifact perks are active. Subsequent orb kills can spawn special ammo, but outside of the current season, meh. Ultimately, this weapon is a DPS weapon. Although there are better fusion rifles out there, it does pair well with Radiant Tractor Cannon builds. Tractor Cannons weaken effect and Radiant stacking, allowing for massive damage. Let's go over the PvE god roll quickly before checking out PvP. If you're still with me, drop a like and consider subscribing if you're new to the channel. For the masterwork, due to the nature of the weapon's function, stability is key here. Whilst in the first column, Arrowhead Break will stop the bounce of the weapon by granting 0 recoil. Enhanced Battery will allow the weapon to max out its clip by increasing its magazine size, whilst the third and fourth column go to Envious Assassin to allow that mag overflow and DPS, respectively. I wouldn't suggest enhancing this weapon. Envious does get a good bonus by overflowing the mag on more kills, but Controlled Burst only gets bonus time between rounds to stay procced. Plus, there are better weapons out there to spend your alloys this season. The weapon gets a PVE rating of 3. It's okay, it's nothing special, and better options out there, but if you have been away from the game for a while and don't have Techian Force or Cartesian, this might be your best option. Please drop a comment below with your thoughts on this weapon. In PvP, the frame is very unforgiving. Miss and expect to be killed. It has a base range of 16.5 meters, which can go up to 17.5 meters when using a range masterwork and projection fuse when ADSing, and up to 20 meters when hip firing if using offhand strike. Considering that some rapid fire frames can reach beyond 17 meters already makes this weapon not worth using. It has poor perks overall for an out-and-out PvP weapon, with the only perk worth calling out in the fourth column is Cornered, which increases the charge time when surrounded. In the third column, we have Pulse Monitor, which grants bonus handling and reloads the weapon from reserves when wounded, reducing flinch and helping with target acquisition. Then we have Slick Draw, which maxes out handling at the cost of accuracy, and let me tell you, the drop in target acquisition is extremely noticeable on console. Finally, the fun perk, Offhand Strike. Getting a kill grants the weapon 20 meters of hipfire range, allowing for some really fun plays. Loaded Question, which is the same frame type as Eremite, has far superior perks to choose from for PvP, including Under Pressure and Eye of the Storm. So if you have one, I wouldn't bother using this weapon in PvP. It's average at best. It also gets a 3 out of 5 in PvP, nothing special, although Offhand Strike makes it fun to use. And on that note, that's it for this video. Drop a like and sub if you made it to the end. We have Brya's Love to cover, plus Proto Raid weapons. Keep an eye out for those, on top of more build videos. This was Plasma Alchemist. Your viewership is much appreciated. Until next time, see you later.
Fight for